on light, Jimmy baby.
Good evening to the people. How you doing? Thanks for being in the building. Right before I get into my shenanigans, baby, I'm on my machine, baby, I'm on my machine. Now, it sounds kind of like I'm not quite sure if it sounds good for you all. Please feel free to put in the chat if it sounds kind of fun. Because I need to be able to hear this whole. How you doing, Miss Kelly? Thanks for being here. I am hoping. Okay. I believe I should be fine, but uh-oh, something is playing. Yep, that should not be playing. My apologies. Ah, that's why I did not remove it. Okay. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. There we go. All right. Thanks for being in the building. We are going to have a time today. I am doing a show tonight about loyalty versus blind loyalty because I have been in these streets. Okay. My ear has been to the streets. I've been listening to so many different opinions, so many different arguments and cat fights here on social media. And for some reason, it just feels like I'm in the twilight zone, right? Or so I thought. And so, before I get into that specific piece that I wanted to explain to you all, and later on today, you will see some clips from Jocelyn's Cabaret because she is the topic of discussion and why I want to use her and people like her as a catalyst to explain loyalty versus blind loyalty and why people tend to get into blind loyal situations where they feel obligated to do certain things for people that they say they support and why certain people expect you to have blind loyalty to them. People don't usually realize that blind loyalty leads to cult or cult like behavior. And sometimes people don't connect the two, right? Because everybody's always talking about, you're not loyal, you're not loyal, you're not loyal. That's typically how it is. But in Sabrina's fashion, I got to cut up a little bit, y'all. And I hope that you allow me to. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my shit. I was in the bushes like not even 10 minutes ago. I kid you not. Not even 10. Ooh, I promised myself I wasn't going to be messy when I got on this live, but I obviously lied. And I just need to take it there just for a second if y'all will allow me. Now, I was in, this YouTuber couple's live about 10 minutes ago. And after seeing them go live, I just made up in my mind, right? Like, who's the biggest loser out of this whole situation, right? For some reason, I had this like biggest loser type thing going on. It's my own delusion, it belongs to me. But for some reason, in Sabrina fashion, Lord, first of all, mm, mm, mm. Now I was in Methanie's live earlier, right? She was playing this really cool game, Hangman, and you had to guess the tea. And I was like, "This is cool, like, this must be, like, some big time stuff, right? Like, this must be, like, a big time secret." I'm talking about if you're asking for 2 and $5 per letter, baby, this tea better be I'm talking about it's so hot, I gotta wait 20 minutes to even sip the tea. I just knew this tea was gonna be bussing, right? I don't know what it was. I was over there sipping my sugar-free, raspberry iced tea mixed with a little lemonade. We call that Arnold Palmer for us bougie people. But I just knew for a fact this tea was gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? I just knew. I just knew. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then I saw the letters begin to fill in on this hangman. And I knew a couple of words off rip, right? So I was like, I should be petty and pay the damn $5 and kinda solve it. First of all, the hangman gets solved by the person that the statement is about. No shade. But when I saw what the statement said, I said, "Well, what?" Immediately spit it out. I said, "Wait, wait, 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 wait. Now these people done paid to get some tea, and you just put urine in all of their cups." Because I was trying to figure out how is the fact that this man may or may not have wanted someone before their girlfriend. How is that tea? You gypped the people. You know, I've been hearing her talking about her twin for about maybe what 2 weeks because she on a roll. Bethany is on a roll. But something about how she just did that. It turns out you're exactly like your twin. You and your twin are one and the same. Yeah, I have to clock that. I have to clock that. See, I was kind of on your side, even though I really don't fool with you like that. I was kind of on your side because how they treating you just reminds me of, what I had to go through way before, you decided to be under Uncle Earl's wings. See, you over there telling people that you were the catalyst and that, you was the forefront person. No, Bookie, but some of us have already gone through this already and we already know where it's going. People like you just don't pay attention. And this is why, the road is burning the way it is with your car not moving. See, when you made the people pay for that, um, maybe, in your mind, you thought that that was going to work in your favor. But see, you've now made your cousin the biggest loser of this all. And for what reason, I don't know. Why do you want to burn the house down with you inside of it? Be my guest. I have no idea why you're choosing to do that. But you just made your cousin the biggest loser in all of this. Why would you allow her to spill that tea when it's really not tea is beyond me. Why you would utilize that to try and, I guess, hurt, a couple that is currently fucking, you can't really do very much if they already intertwined. You see what I mean? And, I thought maybe there was going to be some tea on some other people's. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they're stuck on this one person that they want to expose the tea, but it ain't giving. So I was like, damn it, this is a waste of my time. I'm here to be entertained. Okay. I want to be entertained. If people are bringing this stuff to the public, like love and, hip hop, this is love and flip flop. I at least want to be entertained. I at least want to be like, damn, them people paid for some good ass tea. Hell, I might give $2 on the next one. I ain't giving your ass nothing. Because see, it wasn't giving. As a matter of fact, it wasn't giving so much so that I'm going to go around the tree to come back around the bush. I was in that couple's live. And I was looking at some of the comments and they was like, what? He wanted who? He wanted what? He did what? He was looking at what? Her titties. What? So much so to the point where I changed my mind. I was in the live listening, being in other people, being in grown folk business, you know what I mean? And I said, wait a minute, damn. I gave Biggest Loser to, Methany's cousin and all that, because why would you allow something like that to come out is beyond me. But it was this statement right here that made me change who's the biggest loser. And I'm sorry, Callie. I'm really sorry. I don't know you, sir. I don't got no issues with you. I used to support you long, long time ago, but you became the biggest loser like less than 30 minutes ago. You were not even on my radar. I promise you. I had no plans of even mentioning, you all. But then Methany played Hangman and revealed, urine. And so now everybody's got a sour taste in their mouth because they're like, what the hell? That's not no tea. And then you got your shorty up there and she made you the biggest loser of this all. And I'm going to play why I feel that way. And no disrespect, like I said, don't get mad with me. I'm just Sabrina. I'm a group of myself. I'm not in an alignment. I'm not none of that. I'm just me. I'm just a YouTuber out here clocking public tea. That's my job. That's my job. And I enjoy it. I really do. Especially when it's public. When I don't gotta dig up your information, I don't gotta dox you. I don't gotta see who your mommy is, your grandma is, your sister is, your daddy is. When I don't have to do that, it makes it more fun because now I just focus on the individual. So yeah, less than 30 minutes ago, I heard this. Lord have mercy.
I have to say that. I have to hold on, Callie. Let me say this, and I have to say this. I was looking at the chat, and I'm going to have to acknowledge this, and I hope that you understand, Callie. Jared is in the chat, and you know what I'm going to say to you, Jared? I want to say thank you for coming in here and showing support for me and Callie, despite the bullshit that's been put out there. I want to thank you so much for coming in and showing support and showing that you've always been supportive and not messy and all this foolishness. So thank you so much. He's in there. He's under Media Lit. I want to tell him thank you and I want to acknowledge him. He's under Media Lit 101. So I do want to tell him thank you, and you don't go without being acknowledged. Um, and listen, thank you for being a good friend. I appreciate you.
Hold on, yeah. Oh my God, I'm trying to stop laughing. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me look at the chat. That way I can take okay, let me look at the chat. Terry came through with the fair use. I should probably read that before I go on with my shenanigans. Because y'all know if I shenan, I'm gonna shenanigan. I mean, this is just what I do. Okay. So let me see. We got Miss Lady in the building. Thanks for stopping by. Terry, my brother from another, then dropped the fair use. And he says fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. And that just typically means I'm going to be in your business. I might play some of your business. And if it was done publicly, it is part of the Fair Use Act. So don't play crazy, okay? Now we got Aries baby in the building. Danny, she said, "What I missed, baby? We're gonna talk about it." Hi, Miss Nina. Thanks for being here. Now listen. I was fully prepared for Methany's cousin to be the biggest loser of this all after seeing her hangman, because why, like again, like I said, why you would want that to be why would anyone care? Like, I guess because I have a man, it's just in my mind, like, why would a chick think she's important enough to tell me that he liked her first? That's just where my mind went. No personal shade, nothing malicious or nothing like that. Just, regular person looking at people act up on the internet. But to hear Sean thoroughly, thoroughly thank her ex in front of her current, and they're both from the internet, I'm like, the shit right itself. the shit writes itself. It writes itself. You know what I'm saying? I can't make this stuff up if I wanted to. Love and Flip Flop, if anybody is out there, somebody, VH1, MTV, Zeus, somebody, y'all got to pick this up because we can't make this up. Okay. If we wanted to. That was so unexpected. That wasn't even a part of my live. It's just hearing it just so happened I clicked in and I was like, I'll listen for a few minutes. So I have to go see what they talking about, what they finna explain now. I know they bringing this up. And I'm reading the comments. And when she said that, I said, there's no way. No way. Now, me with my man, if I see my ex in the chat, for one, I know my ex is there to be messy. Okay. They're ex for a reason. They're an example of what you should not, deal with again when you move forward, or else they wouldn't be an ex. But not only that, if I'm going to thank an ex for just being an ally, I probably would have just said thank you. I probably just would have said thank you. I don't think I would have been like, thank you so much. You are so unproblematic and so, I started to think she was about to start saying some stuff. She ain't had no business. Hold on now, because you didn't thank him a little too much. And y'all know, a man be over there with that eyebrow raised and stuff. Did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear when he said, where's he at? Because I don't see him. Not your ex blocked your current. Sis, because I'm hearing your name too much in the YouTube streets. And it's like no matter where I go, somebody bringing you up, which is, that's shit. If you ain't being talked about, you ain't popping, apparently. That's really the way it goes. And, y'all soak it all in. Y'all gonna have y'all 15 minutes of fame and people doing hangmans and stuff, against y'all couple and, trying to use y'all, to get the clout right now. And that's understandable. Hell, do your thing. But baby, I just didn't understand a minute. I had to, let me see, a minute and 17 seconds. You thanked your ex for a minute and 17 seconds on your current man's live while he's professing his love for you, telling people that he does not know, and some of them don't even really care for him, aka Uncle Earl. He is professing his love, and I love to see it. I love to see it. But sis, I all these children you got, I feel like you got some experience in there somewhere. It ain't clicking. Why on earth would you, thank this man for a minute and 17 seconds like you don't see this man with his hand on top of his head, his lips, sucked inward, which is, holding on to aggression. I just don't understand his eyebrow raised a little bit because he just trying to listen to, you rambling on and on and on about your ex being non-problematic and, I just one more time, y'all. One more time. And then I'm gonna leave them alone, okay? Cause I ain't picking on them. It ain't my fault. I was in the bushes. I didn't expect to hear her do that. I really didn't. But thank y'all for kicking it with me while I have to get this little piece of mess. I have to get this messy. She said them ads is adding because I just watched 2 more. Why is it putting out so many? I took some advice from Upper earlier, y'all. So don't judge me now. I took some advice from Upper earlier where she was like, you got to go through this and you got to click that and move this and add 1, subtract 2. I did that. Okay. I just clicked the button and then I don't know. I just know it said green for the money. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got to get paid. Hey, look, I ain't pressuring nobody to send no cash app. You ain't got to play no hangman for no hot pit. That wasn't even hot pits. It was a little cold. Y'all ain't got to do all that over here. Okay. If you want to support the host, you can always send a super chat or a super sticker. That just helps me come live more, help me create more content. And if you cannot give in that way, you can always give a like. Always give a like and pay attention. Those things are free. They're free. So yes, sir. We're gonna listen to that just one more time because I just really have to, and it could just be my natural jealous behavior. Like my man is not gonna be on live thanking his ex for no minute and 17 seconds. I definitely would have bopped him upside his shit because what are we doing here? Do you not see me? And she was like, let me play it. Hold on. Y'all gonna see. So baby, this is just too much for me. Oh Lord, what we on episode 6, 7, child?
I have to say this. I was looking at the chat and I'm going to have to acknowledge this. And I hope that you understand, Kelly. Jared is.
She said, I hope you understand. Because I'm going to speak to my babe, my ex-babe. I'm going to speak to him. And you just going to have to get with it. Ain't that what she said? Y'all, hold on, let's keep listening. Go, we being messy today. Just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit.
You know what I'm going to say to you, Jared? I want to say thank you for coming in here and showing support for me and Callie. Despite the bullshit that's been put out there, I want to thank you so much for coming in and showing support and showing that you've always been supportive and not.
But always been supportive of what, sis? Why is you doing this? We can't come out here and say nothing if you don't be doing this crazy ass stuff, girl. Why do you feel the need to do this shit for 1 minute and 17 seconds? Now you done said it one time, then you said it again. Look.
And all this foolishness. So thank you so much. He's in there. He's under Media Lit. I want to tell him thank you and I want to acknowledge him. He's under Media Lit 101.
Now, see, her man said where he at. Because, that's a typical response. I would expect him to say that. But it was when she reiterated his name. I said, now, sis, you showing that. What you going to do? You going to spell it too? Why you disrespecting that man in here? But you done already told these women about his nether regions and, some other shit now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? You done already told some of them men business. It just seemed like something else was on your mind in order for you to be thinking that man for 1 minute and 17 seconds. And my live right now is about loyalty versus blind loyalty. You should have a lot more loyalty to the man that you are beside than the man you trying to look for in the daytime with a flashlight in the chat. I just don't understand that. Some people can avoid people like me being able to clock certain shit if they just think about it. You could have just simply gotten the chat. I've heard you thanked him longer than you've thanked anybody in your sisterhood. I don't think I've ever seen you thank anyone for that long. I don't even think you thanked Uncle Earl that long. And she the one that helped you out of out the storm a few times. I don't even think she got that long of a thank you. It was just so long. I don't know. I don't want to tell the people what I'm thinking because, I'm a little crazy, baby. The stuff go through my mind. Y'all don't want to know because I slick think you was trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? You trying to let him know, baby, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Because don't y'all be over there in the sisterhood pretending like y'all don't see people comments. Ain't that's why y'all beefing right now? So, I just found it odd that, You seen that comment, baby. You seen that. You're not his first comment. You seen both of his comments. And you wanted to make sure your man see his comments. He was like, media lit. Yeah, I heard that voice change. I heard it. So I'm gonna play it one more time. Cause see, baby, look, when I get messy in people business, y'all just gonna have to go ahead and get mad. And I'm is Danny, and I'm is. And they're gonna have to just go ahead and get mad. Cause I'm a clock it. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? Pretend like y'all do? Like I don't see stuff? No, I see it. Uh-oh.
So much. He's in there. He's under Media Lit. I want to tell him thank you and I want to acknowledge him. He's under Media Lit 101.
Okay. She raised that voice right now. Mind you.
So I do want to tell him thank you. And you don't go without being acknowledged. And listen, thank you for being a good friend. I appreciate you.
What did he say in the chat?
Thank you for being such a good friend. I appreciate you. She used that real sexy voice. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What you doing later? And his comments is not blocked unless he has, her man blocked. That's why he over there pretending like he don't see the comments because she repeated his name twice. You can clearly see it in the chat. But that shit was just too funny to me. Y'all, y'all gotta stop bringing some of this stuff to the internet, or else people like me gonna clack it every time and not give a damn. If you mad, you just gonna have to stay mad. Okay. Now, that part right there, I had to bring that to y'all really quick. But let's get into why I really brought y'all here, right? Which is clearly about loyalty versus blind loyalty and why people get into certain things like that. Now, a lot of us, I'll say this, a lot of you may know me from the saga. A lot of you may know me from either a viral video that you've seen, because I've been viral a few times on Facebook, or you know me because somebody, wanted to go live and drag me for whatever reason, and you're probably here to just see who I am, right? So, I want to dive into them because how I came into the saga, and I'll use that for an example. I have plenty of instances where you all can think of a way, a time when you felt like you was obligated to give loyalty to someone you don't know, simply because you shared similar beliefs or something like that. And it's not just friends, it's not just family. Shit, with the saga, it was, over a marriage job. Let me see if I can pull this up here just a second. And while I pull this up, did y'all hit the like button? I just want to know. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. And it's not very long. I'll be using it just for my catalyst. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, is it this one? 1 second. I just want to make sure I don't click the wrong. I should close some of this crap because I got stuff open and it's going to mess up what I'm trying to do. Okay. Now, loyalty versus blind loyalty. I think she said, Dan, you can see me because I don't, because I ain't in here. Right, Queen Unique, you was never in here. Hey, boo. I'm trying to tell you, Miss Nina Child, because I ain't never seen no mess like you. I thank that man for no damn minute and 17 seconds. It just, you want people to think of you like that? By all means, child. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But with loyalty and blind loyalty, I did put up a quote here from the Bible, of course, 1 Corinthians 11:1, which says, "Be a followers of me, even as I also am of Christ." And basically, therefore, you don't follow your leader blindly. You follow them as they follow Christ, or whatever you believe in. But you want to make sure that your core beliefs match theirs. And so when you're thinking of blind loyalty, you're like, basically, I don't really care what this person thinks or believes because I'm loyal to them. That means no matter what they do, no matter what they say, I'm following them. Right. So the pros, like, if you're thinking, when people think of loyalty and you're thinking of the pros, like, what is the reason I want to be loyal to you? Right. And typically we're loyal to friends and people we sleeping with, family members, religions, organizations, etc. When you're thinking of loyalty, you're thinking of like a stable connection, people that will constantly show up for you, people that will create that, how do I say, a strong relationship, reliability, dependability. You can always count on these people. That's loyalty. Because in those connections, I'm pretty sure people have set up boundaries, which will then, go into the cons. Pull that up here of loyalty. Now, cons of loyalty is disrespect. And I think I've heard another YouTuber say that. Once disrespect enters the chat, then I question my loyalty to you, because then I'm going to want to speak out against whatever you did or whatever you said or whatever you got going on. And a lot of times, again, with loyalty, you're able to have those boundaries and, disassociate from my loyalty for you does not mean you get to disrespect me or run over me. But blind loyalty says I accept whatever you do to me. And it's okay, because the common goal is, we're being loyal to each other. We're being friends, and I'll die for you and give you my kidney type stuff. That get down, lay down mentality. That blind loyalty always leads to a cult, because if you're so blindly loyal to somebody and you don't care what they do, you don't care how they live or how it affects your real life, then your follower, once you become that level of a follower and you have a leader, somebody you clearly have this level of loyalty to, then where's your identity? How are you you? What makes you you? I'm going to play a clip here, and I believe it is from Methany herself. Let's see.
If you ever put in the work, by putting in the work means that you've been loyal. Drop an emoji if you've been loyal. Drop an emoji if you ain't been caught up pillow talking with other people and been exploited for being disloyal to the sisterhood. You can feel free to drop an emoji. This ain't the time to not stand up for what you are feeling.
Now, that was a clip from Methany. Now, in her description, she's basically stating, your loyalty to me means you can't talk to people that I don't get along with or deal with people I don't get along with, or you're deemed not loyal. You can't pillow talk with this person or do that. And I disagree with what she was stating. A lot of what people are associating loyalty with, it's not loyalty. It's actually what you're associating is blind loyalty. You want someone to be blind to your wrongdoing, but you want them to be loyal to your overall doing. When you're doing that, you're asking people to take away their identity and conform. Why people choose to conform is beyond me. But I did put up some points here, as y'all can see. Loyalty, which includes things like unquestioning support, ignoring negative behavior. Y'all have seen that on social media and sometimes in your real life, where you've overlooked certain things for certain people because you have loyalty to them. I have this undying loyalty to this person. I can't just call them out on what they did. Why not? So, yeah. Imagine the people that are fans of the Cheeto, trust the Cheeto in the White House, and their undying loyalty for him. So much so that they're in a cult. And a few different cults. They all have different names. But the way they stormed the White House under that cult-like mentality, the way they were willing to attack other people because they didn't think as they did, or they felt that he was cheated, or he didn't get what he was supposed to get. That level of cult-like behavior is dangerous. It's extreme. Y'all have heard Uncle Earl get on the internet, for example, and play dumb, like she does not know what cult is. Like, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world to be deemed a cult. No, people are allowed to call out what you're doing publicly, what you're asking of people. You're not asking them for loyalty. You're asking them to have a level of blind loyalty. Blind loyalty is how people get away with bad behavior. Some people expect loyalty as an entitlement. Others earn it every day through how they show up, treat you, and value the connection. The difference between the two isn't just maturity, it's self-respect. That's something we don't typically see over there. A lot of them get away with bad behavior through the years because of the blind loyalty that they expect from people who may have just hit the like button one time. They may have laughed with them one time in a live, or they may have subscribed and now they're deemed like this undying love for me. Like, you subscribe to me, so I better not see you in any of my enemies' chats. I better not see you, I may not like A today, but I might like A tomorrow. So you can't like her today, but you can like her tomorrow, like when I start liking her again. That type of blind loyalty, following people with things you don't feel good about. Why do people do that? I have literally been asking myself as I've been messy, watching people come to the internet and, do things like thank their ex's profusely because they have in blind loyalty to them and they just so supportive. I have to, go around the bush to bring back around the tree. But what I just don't understand is why people get entangled in those things and then get upset, right? So tonight, I am going to present to y'all. Let me see if I can pull her up here. My own twin. Now, Methany been dragging her twin. And I threw some shade and I was like, my twin good in these streets. My twin not causing no problems. But I didn't realize that, I was actually full of shit. My twin is worse. I think my twin is worse than Uncle Earl. I thought Uncle Earl was the worst of them all. And then I was watching Jocelyn's Cabaret, right? And I've been a fan of this lady for a very, very long time, especially since we share the same birthday. But the way I watch her handle people that are blind, they're so extremely loyal to this lady. Y'all are about to see the stuff that they accept from this woman is despicable. I have never in my life wanted to be a part of a sisterhood, a Ninja Turtle hood, a brotherhood, a tugboat hood. I wouldn't give a damn what hood you from. I don't want no parts. Especially if you got to talk to me crazy, treat me crazy. Some of this stuff is, like I said, it's despicable. So let's get into it. Now, for the sake of the video, and I ain't nobody got time to be bleeping out all these bad words. I think it's been about 37 minutes. So yeah, 18 years or older if you cannot handle bad language. Jocelyn don't have no type of damn sense, and she's gonna use a lot of cuss words. I tried to bleep out some of them, but I left some of them. Okay? Because see, yeah, I ain't got time to be trying to bleep out all this shit. So let's get into it. Let me press play here.
Do more for you guys than your mothers ever did for you guys. I don't understand your method here. Now you, I give you $500 a day, make you go all over the world. People chanting your fucking name. Stop doing that shit to me. I'ma fuck your bitches. Stop doing that shit to me, my nigga. After all I. What's unnecessary? Because I fuck with you. What's unnecessary? I fuck with you. I never disrespect you. Sitting there looking at you, chewing your gum the way you chew it, just everything about you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. You remind me of my mom. You know why you remind me of my mom? My mom is a horrible mother. She never has one call me to apologize for being such a horrible mother, for being.
And I got to stop it right there so I can give some commentary because Jocelyn, for some reason, just really boils my blood since I've been watching her show now. For some odd reason, this woman in her mind operates like a pimp. I've never seen nobody that want to be a pimp so bad. Leave Mama D alone with her job. Mama D is the known pimp. Okay, we all know how Mama D operate, and she's a changed woman. She over there in that order. Y'all not gonna do Mama D. Okay, she messy, but in her own right. However, Jocelyn talks to these women like crap. And all they want to do is dance. A lot of them come from the script club, just like she did. A lot of them, have had hard lives. I think she has 2 prostitutes as a part of her group, aka 2 women that do have a pimp and they do sell themselves. But it's just so crazy that because she's in the position that she's in, the position we, the people, put her in, you talk to these women this way. Why do you feel the need to tell, and this woman's name is Neek, the woman that's on the screen here. Why on earth she felt the need to tell Neek, oh, you remind me of my mother, and my mother is not crap, and my mother, she didn't do this and do this. Why? Why? Now you expect loyalty from this woman, but you are literally talking to her like she's trash. Just like how a lot of them people in sisterhood, they deal with people talking to them like trash. I don't understand that. Let's continue.
Don't take that.
Hold on. You remind me of my mom, and I can't get that away. I don't like the. She's a horrible person, always been, and the fact that my mom is 70 years old and I'm a 38-year-old woman, her daughter, and she hasn't called me in 8 years to tell me that she's sorry for being a bad mom and for having all the tricks coming in and out of her house, for having trying to touch on my kiss on me when I was a little girl. She never yet apologized, and she know that happened. You keep playing with me?
What I love about Neek on this show is that she do not give a damn. For some reason, unlike the other ladies, she don't bow. She be like, look, because now I'm gonna let you say some stuff because I really want to dance and win the $50,000, but you ain't gonna just be doing me any old type of way. And it's almost like a push and pull watching them operate on the show, knowing that Jocelyn is in charge, the leader of her sisterhood cult, cabaret ladies. And then you got Neek, always the one that's like pushing the envelope, talking back, smacking her gum. She's able to look Jocelyn, unlike the other ladies, she's able to look Jocelyn dead in her face. Like, I'm not scared of you. For instance, like right here. This is probably one of my favorite scenes from her show.
Anybody keep playing with me up in here, y'all gonna have a real issue because I'm tired of playing with y'all. But I'm definitely trying to play with you. Bitch, we having a staring contest, ho?
What you want me to do?
We
Not
having a
look?
Could you could you imagine following somebody and that's how they talk to you? That's how they get in your face and they just, you're gonna bow to me because I'm this and you're that. I can imagine that. I'd have been dropped Jocelyn. I don't know why the women want to dance on her show so bad. They're only getting $500 a day, but talking to them like this, and then they're all women of color, is just disgusting. Let me see. I want to play a really good one here for y'all. This one. Yeah,
they ain't that dumb.
You gonna turn around and give me your back? You got so much bumps on your back. Why would you ever do that to me? Why would you ever turn around and give me your bumpy back? You got bumps on your shoulders. You got bumps on your back of your legs. You got bumps in the back of your thighs. How dare you? You're gonna give me your back. You probably didn't even wash it today for you to turn around on me for me to look at your back. Disrespect.
Now, as the leader of her cabaret, reminds me of someone, in your face, they're praising you and saying all this other stuff. And behind your back, miraculously, now all of a sudden the girl got bumps everywhere, bumps on her back, bumps on her. I didn't hear her say none of this in person. This is why Neek turned around and gave her back. Neek is always the one outside the cult, like, I'm not about to do this with y'all. She's left before, but she's come back. She apparently likes dealing with Jocelyn and her nonsense. But let's continue. There's one example I really want to show y'all. Let me see here. This one. These women are nuts.
I'll take an apple peeler to my back for you.
Oh my God.
Come on.
That girl's crazy.
Come on. You know this.
And what you gonna do? What you gonna do with this kid?
If I can sew a blanket and give it to you, but it's like, what?
Yo.
Come on. Like.
Andrea's going crazy, spazzing out. And I was just like, girl. Like, why do you always choose to insert yourself in the wrong fucking fights? Insert yourself in the right fights. Like, having my back, you fucking stupid big head, dodo ass head.
Now, Drea is like her biggest supporter. And y'all see how Jocelyn treats her biggest supporter. The girl says she'll take an apple peeler to her back. Jocelyn says, what are you going to do with the skin? And she says, I'm going to sew a blanket out of it and give it to you. Ain't no way. Now, I don't know how much coke Jocelyn be sniffing, but she must be sniffing the good stuff. Do you hear me? The good shit. Because there is no way. There is not one person on this earth that makes me want to take an apple peeler, other than my kids in case they outside cold. I'm not taking no apple peeler to nothing and giving you nothing. Just to dance with a little piece of booty shorts and a little bra? No, ma'am. What the hell? The things people do to be a part of a sisterhood, the things people will do to be liked, to fit in, to make sure that they're not the oddball out. Queen Unique says, it still astonishes me how she made a brand of prostitution, literally selling ass for cash on national TV, but we can't hold a private scripper party in the hood in peace. You better say it. This baby can do it on stage, apparently, child. And we gotta pray about it. But this, let me see. Okay, it's coming up. The part of this video that I want y'all to see. Now, I don't know, like I said, I truly believe she must have hit a few bumps before this next scene. I am not sure what's going on, but a lot of people were not happy with how she treated one of her dancers by the name of Egypt. Egypt, I think, is the sister of T-Love, who she says has bad breath. She's always spitting on people. She has something bad to say about all of her dancers. So at least she's not discriminating a little bit. But for some reason, Egypt was going through a tough time with something at home. Something personal happened, and she was not really all there. And this is how Jocelyn chose to treat her. No compassion. No, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you need time to kind of sit to yourself? No, this is how she chose to address her sisterhood, aka her cult of cabaret women.
Bitch. You always gonna change your attitude when you're enemy. Me? You, I don't like it. What did I do? You're always looking like you smell shit. Is your peers smelling like shit? Anybody put this thing for you to always be like, y'all just be like,
That's the bitch face. But I'm like the nicest person in here. That's the crazy part.
it's like, bitch, you look like you want to eat somebody. You look like Shrek.
I just got no rested bitch face.
You know what? Throw it at the motherfucking door. I don't like it. And I'm sure the girls don't appreciate it.
No,
But you know why?
Why?
It's like that face you trying to intimidate people.
I don't be trying to intimidate nobody. They all get their hair done by me. I do everybody's makeup. I'm like the nicest person here. I just
That's
don't
cap.
be
That's cap. Your face is crazy. Look at you just rolling your eyes at me. Is you fucking okay, bitch?
Yeah,
I'm tired of playing with y'all hoes. Is you fucking okay, bitch? Is you fucking okay? Exit this bitch out of here. Yeah, exit this bitch out.
And this is because Shorty looked a certain way. Even I'm watching this scene again right now. I've seen this scene a few times, even when I was editing my video. And I still can't wrap my mind around because Shorty was looking a certain way.
Out of here. Exit this crazy bitch out of here.
You right.
Crazy ass bitch.
You right.
She always looking fucking crazy. Why you didn't tell her about her fucking face?
I'm focused on teaching the dance.
Even the man is scared to speak up. He know that was wrong. That was wrong for you to talk to her that way. That girl was all the way in the back minding her business. And his little sassy behind talking about something. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing. Ain't that how blind loyalty works? I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing you did. Nope. What? You cussed her out? I didn't see it. And they're standing right there.
Why the fuck do y'all like how she walks around here with that stupid ass face? Or y'all scared to speak up?
I don't be saying no shit.
Every time I see that bitch, the bitch looks stupid as fuck. The old girl. She's hungry and she's looking for Fiona. Egypt, why the fuck?
Now, Jocelyn, how you gonna call this lady all type of Shrek and Fiona dressed in all this green? That's beyond me. I don't even understand that part. Not you literally looking like the Grinch that stole Christmas, calling somebody Shrek. Jocelyn she be tripping me out sometimes. I just don't understand. But did y'all see how all those ladies, it was crickets. Crickets. They ain't have nothing to say. Y'all see this every day. Y'all have been seeing this on the internet for the last couple of days. People are not speaking up about what they're seeing as an injustice. They're not speaking up as what they see is wrong. You only see people, well, why y'all saying this about this person? Why? And you're like, girl, did you not just see what happened? This was wrong on every level because Jocelyn had no idea Shorty was dealing with something personal. But again, her cabaret sisterhood is supposed to just tolerate it because she's Jocelyn as Linda.
Why is she back here? Get Shrek away from here. I don't want Shrek here. Shrek is gonna eat up everybody. Y'all wanna be in her stomach today? Y'all dropping like fucking flies. In a minute, we won't have enough girls to go on tour with. Look at her. Going crazy. Your bitch is crazy. She got a lot going on today.
Jocelyn started going off on Egypt, and I couldn't fuck with that. On some real ass shit, I could not fuck with that because I understood why she was upset.
And if you understood why she was upset, you damn sure didn't say anything. Just like people do all the time when they want to make sure they still in the good. When they still want to make sure they're in the good, they still want to fit in with the peoples. They never say anything. You're standing right there. You could have just easily said, you know what, my friend really going through something right now. Like, please don't, let me go stand with my friend. She going through something right now, Jocelyn. You gotta chill. Something. Are y'all not grown people like she is? And it's crazy. You see grown people all the time now. They just want to be blindly loyal to other people, or they want or feel like they're entitled to blind loyalty for whatever reason. It boggles my mind. Let me tell you something. I don't expect loyalty from a soul. And I'm going to repeat that. I don't expect loyalty from a soul. Okay? Emotions are temporary. Humans do human things. Now, if a person gives me loyalty or decides they want to be loyal to me, I'll know, because then I will reciprocate. And then now we're loyal to each other. But just blindly being loyal to people just because they feel like I should, that never existed. And that's probably why some people were pissed at me a couple of years ago, and I really just don't even give a damn. I stand on what I say. I owe nobody loyalty on the internet. I owe nobody loyalty in my lifetime. I can choose to give loyalty to certain people, and they will know I'm loyal to them by my actions. They will know I'm loyal to them by what I do and what I say. Do I want people to be blindly loyal to me like how this fool operate with these women's? Hell no. I would never want to be in that position. I see some women on here, they're just jealous of the support that I got. They're just jealous of. Let me tell you, that is a dangerous ass position to be in. I could never want to be in that position. You couldn't pay me. I don't want people blindly loyal to me to where I can just do all type of messed up shit here on the internet. And no matter what I do, nobody is saying anything to me about being wrong. Nobody is saying, hey, you might have pushed it to the limit on that. You might need to chill. Nobody is, that's not real care. And people that have yes people like this is dangerous. But they'll play crazy here on this internet. They're going to play crazy every time.
It's $50,000 on the table. Y'all bitches haven't shaped up yet. You guys are really it makes me want to just shut down production, get rid of all y'all hoes, and get new bitches. Of course, I won't get rid of Ocean. Of course, I won't get rid of Andrea or Danny because they've been down the longest. But everybody else can.
You see how she said, I can just get rid of all of y'all and start over. It's only like 2 or 3 of y'all that I'm going to keep anyway. But yeah, the rest of y'all are expendable. Like when I get tired of you, you'll go in the trash. Sounds familiar. When I don't want to deal with you no more, you got to go. You can just go home. Irregardless of what these women have spent to come and try and do this show and this competition, irregardless of how these women bust their behind, let you talk to them any type of way, it's still, yeah, when I'm tired of you, I will get the hell rid of you. Except a few of you. Because a few of you are seriously blindly loyal to me. They'll do anything. You can look at her wrong and these girls are ready to beat you up. Insane.
Really just kick rocks. Listen, to be real with you, I choose to keep Andrea, Danny, and Oceans because no matter how upset I am about Danny and Andrea not having my back, they've been down for the cabaret for many years. They scream, they live, they breathe, they shit, they bathe. Everything is the cabaret. So of course I have a special place in my heart for them. I'm not going to fight y'all hoes. You know why? Y'all hoes ain't shit to me. I would never fight none of y'all bitches. Y'all bitches is nothing to me. Y'all bitches ain't my shit. Y'all bitches is broke. Y'all bitches don't own a house. Y'all don't own nothing. Y'all bitches don't own no land. Y'all bitches don't own no intellectual property. Y'all bitches don't own no music. There's nothing y'all bitches own. Why the fuck would I get in the field with y'all bummy ass bitches? Y'all hoes keep disrespecting me, talking to me any type of motherfucking way. Y'all hoes got me up. I don't give a fuck if all y'all hoes live tonight. I start again tomorrow. And let's
Insanity to me. That is insane. You think I could stand on a stage and let somebody talk to me like that? It's people in chats when certain leaders go live, letting them talk to them like that. Y'all bitches ain't shit. Y'all broke. Y'all ain't got what I got. Y'all just jealous of me. Constantly. Yeah, let me post my money. that y'all give me. Yeah, because y'all bitches ain't shit. It's somebody on this internet right now, and y'all know who that is, doing this. Damn right, Queen Unique. I would be in jail. There is no way. Imagine going to the show and you don't even know, like, that's how she talks to certain women. You know, well, all the women, but imagine just going like how you go to, what is it, America's Next Top Model, America's Got Talent, one of them shows like that. Imagine going to one of them shows like that, and it's somebody talking to you like this, and you so loyal to the show or to the artist that you're trying to get close to. You allow somebody to talk to you like that, treat you like that? You could never. That's crazy to me. Yet there are people in these chats that will say they're just jealous of her success. There's somebody right now is going to say they're just jealous of Jocelyn's success, and they're just jealous of how she's doing, and she's the only one doing a little cabaret and this. At whose expense? At whose expense? Why are we treating other women of color like that? It's crazy to me. So because you got, red and blue M&Ms, it's like, don't be friends with people that got red and green. Don't be friends with nobody that ain't got the same colors as me. You have to have the same stuff as me. If I ever catch you with any other color M&Ms, you'll never be allowed in my crew. That's how stupid and simple it is. Yet they will say they're not in a cult. And these are the same people that will gaslight you and say, well, what is a cult? You should know what a cult is. You're in one. And for you not to know that you're in one is insane, because some of these women have returned back to the show many seasons. That means they've allowed Jocelyn to put hands on them. They've allowed Jocelyn to disparage them, demonize them, call them nothing, tell them, I've done more for you than your own mothers have done for you. I am the reason you're living. I am the reason, stuff like that. These are grown-ass women. Ain't that much dancing in the world. Baby, you can dance in your bedroom without having somebody talk to you like that. Insane.
You're gonna be next. I don't like your attitude. I don't like your look. You're gonna be next. I'm getting rid of you.
What I do?
I'm getting rid of Lexi next. She's holding by a thread.
Keep holding on.
She's holding on by a thread. She's gonna be next. She's gonna be next. She's gonna be next. She's gonna be next.
Did I do something?
You're looking at me like you crazy, bitch.
I just
So
know.
don't
I
look at us. Don't look
And it's always you looking at me like you crazy. That's some good cocaine. Must be, Jocelyn. Gotta be. Ain't no way.
Bitch, you looking at me like you crazy. I'm not. Listen, what you fail to realize, Lexi? I'm not doing this.
I'm just an attitude.
As you can tell, I got rid of some of the best dancers because I don't care. I would rather teach you a dance or teach a girl a dance than take y'all disrespect. I'm no longer doing that with y'all.
Now on Facebook, I saw how some people was giving their opinions about how she was treating people. And one girl said the way Jocelyn talked to Egypt, calling her Shrek and shit, didn't sit right with me. That girl literally didn't do shit to get that. Then called all them girls broke. I don't know. They need to humble her and take that show. She must be on that shit worse than usual on this season. I think she be intimidated by people who shape like her or feel good about themselves. Somebody responded and said, but everybody's scared to tell Jocelyn she's wrong. Like, damn, the girl going through some shit and trying to fake a smile anyways. Now, notice how outside people can just notice that regularly. They can recognize that somebody is doing something that they don't have no business. Everybody knows you get the uh-oh feeling. Are we people not paying attention to their uh-oh feeling? Are they that desperate to fit in, to have some type of group where they belong? It kind of makes you question, like, where's your family? Where's the people that you know inside and out? Why do you want to connect yourself so bad to other people from the internet and then claim that it's, this undying love for each other? And then we get to see it explode the way we've been seeing it. Same as this. You notice how in this they said somebody needs to humble her and take the show? Doesn't that sound familiar? Isn't there people out there that want to take things from other people because they're misusing their platform? Yeah. When people operate in this way, this is how people operate and think. I don't know why, certain people like to play dumb. And, I don't know why these people want to take this. No, you know why. See, another girl, she said, Jocelyn is crazy. She be talking to them girls bad. Like, ain't no motherfucking way, bro. I would have been walked off and been ready to throw hands and feet with her. Because she go to hell because she go to hell with it for real, for real. She don't give a damn. And they let her do it. Ain't that much money in the world to keep me around that shit. And somebody responded and said, I swear to God she do. And that's true. There's what money you $50,000, and somebody can talk to you like that? Hell, you can just go to Dubai and let somebody pee on you for all that. Somebody said, let's be for real, for real. Jocelyn is who she said her mama was to her. To them grown women, the way she treat Neek is insane. And calling Egypt Shrek is crazy when she be giving manly sometimes. Lord have mercy. She said, Jocelyn is really on crack, bro. Like, she really needs help. Like, do you even like these girls? Why have a show? Ain't nothing wrong with Egypt. Like, girl, F you. She would not be talking to me like that. I swear to God. Viral moment, I'm going to show you. Like, damn, people can't look the fuck. She just pissed me off. People were really upset about how she was treating those women. Because there's so many clips. I only give y'all a little snippet of how she treats these women. When you're watching a full episode, it's like, damn, why didn't I just watch that? Like, I feel like I'm contributing to the abuse of Black women by a Black woman. Same as, how some people condone the verbal abuse of Black women here on the internet. Insanity. Oh, speaking of one of those people. Speaking of one of those people that like to condone, disrespectful behavior from a leader, I inserted an inserter, if you will. I went ahead and added Miss Ashy D to my live because, this is one person that I just deem very unstable virtually. And, people, they say they're little slick things here and there, but this is somebody I just truly like. It's almost like a case study at this point with this female and her leader. I've never seen such delusion in my life. Now, we all have delusion where you can call it out and be like, I'm being a little delusional, you know what I'm saying? But this is somebody that's not self-aware. I've never seen that. There is no way that, this YouTuber has come out here and said some crazy stuff, done some crazy stuff, yet tends to ignore why she receives the backlash that she does. And I just found it funny that she went live talking about, you shouldn't be out here telling lies about people's relationship. You shouldn't be out here talking about people's relationship. I just found that so crazy because, but wait a minute. You were one of the main people out here lying on people's relationship. And, I ain't the one to gossip, but, they saying your man is no longer there. Maybe that's why you felt the need to do what you did, because you knew you didn't have a man in the first place. Who's to say, child? But that's neither here nor there. This clip is very relevant to my live. Let me play it, shall we?
For that, switch things around and lied, which makes it even worse. Lied. Understand what I'm saying. Let me break this down to you. The hurtfulest thing is when you're being lied on. What's even more hurtful that I can imagine is being lied on about your relationship, being lied on about the dynamic, being lied on about what was shared. It's so easy to flip something around. I share something with you in a moment, or not even share it with you in a moment, but I've overheard something from a so-called friend that is upset, that now wants revenge for what? I don't know. But I'm going to tell you like this. My personal feelings and my personal thoughts. I don't care what anyone says. Nothing justifies you being a bully. Nothing justifies the way people have behaved in these last few days.
Now, while what she is saying is correct, that, People shouldn't lie on other people's relationships. People shouldn't speak falsehoods on people's relationships. It's not even the message, it's the messenger. It's the fact that I know you're full of crap. And you exuding this blind loyalty to Uncle Earl is nasty work. Why do you continuously give blind loyalty here on this internet is beyond me. I can name at least 5 people. Matter of fact, I need both hands to name all of the people you chose to give blind loyalty to, and then got super pissed that humans operate as humans do. Same as you. You know, as you say, make mistakes, bump their heads, tend to learn from those mistakes. Yeah, yeah. Instead of you calling out the injustice on both sides, because I'm just on the outside looking in. I don't know what y'all talk about in private chat. I don't care. Y'all will bring it to the forefront. The more messier and more super chats you need. But why on earth people can't just be non-biased and just say, hey, from my perspective, from what I can ascertain, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then maybe I should figure it out. No, you like to be biased and then come on here and spew these falsehoods, and this woman has done nothing wrong. She's never done nothing. Yeah, I would believe you if we didn't have audio of you dragging her. So it'd be little shit like that. Like, come on. Even you at one point in your time had to drag Uncle Earl. Why are you pretending like, this woman has never done anything wrong and you can just come out here and demonize those that are calling her out? I'm one of those people. I like calling her out because for me, it's not about the humiliation or performing a humiliation ritual or anything like that. It's more so me just looking at the situation and saying, this is some crazy shit. And I would like to dive more into it. And that be that, right? But they
You
always
can't
get
mix
butthurt.
up expressing what you feel as a grown woman. Wait, nobody has had the desire to use a phone. Look, y'all keep make me spill my Red Bull days. Wait, nobody has had the desire to use a phone. Look, y'all keep make me spill my Red Bull days. Mom. Sorry, I'll spill my Red Bull on my computer. Mom, can you pick me up another yellow Red Bull in the water, please? Pops,
Mm.
I'm gonna big water. Yeah, and another yellow Red Bull. And I've spilled my Red Bull all over my computer trying to find my part. She defined it. Yes.
I ain't even gonna hold you. You were on live spewing nonsense and just so happened to spill a whole bunch of liquid on your laptop. You got to take the signs for what they are at the end of the day. That should have been a sign to you that, you weren't being true to yourself. That's how I took it. Or else you would have been able to pay attention to, your juice that was lingering. I mean, and then I didn't want to speculate and say that, maybe the reason why your juice spilled all over your laptop is because your stomach was in the way. Maybe that's why you're so insecure all the time talking about people's weight. But, for whatever reason, your juice spilled all over your laptop and you had to call out, Mom, y'all made me spill my juice. Once again, people that lack accountability, how the hell can over 60, 70 people in a chat help, make you spill your juice all over your laptop is beyond me. But this is what I'm talking about. It'd be simple shit like that you can't even take accountability for. Like, just immediately y'all made me. Y'all, look what y'all did. Just some people, it's warped in some people's minds. You know what I'm saying? So, that's typically how these people operate. Queen says the voiceover is sending me. I'm just saying. I just get so tickled by how people operate here on this internet, how people operate on my TV as far as Jocelyn, just how people operate in general. This is something that I definitely was very, very interested in before I graduated college. It's my minor actually. And as much as I've studied people and I've operated into testing people, running social experiments on people, I've done quite a few different things. And I always get really cool results, right? And people surprise me. And then, after the saga, now I know people don't surprise me no more. Like the saga made studying people no longer fun until, I got a chance to run across a person like Uncle Earl. Now it's fun again. Because I get to study how she just acts out here on this internet show. And all her minions too. And how they like to operate. They don't like you to say nothing against them. They don't like you to point out any injustices. They don't want you to point out if something was biased or say anything rude. Or she's gonna have all of her team attack you. And same as Jocelyn, You say something against her, one of those girls will pop you in the eye. They will attack you physically. And as many episodes as I've seen where girls might say something or look a certain way or act out, them girls come. And I be like, damn, you can't even like have an opinion without Oceans or another young lady, Drea, the apple peelers with the skin and all that. You can't even like do regular stuff with people like that because they'll attack you. And that's why I'm like, damn. I've had this live plan for a few weeks now. I've just been building on it and editing the video. But it's just crazy how relevant it is now. I was prepared to come out here and show y'all a little something different. For my people that may be on Zeus and watching it, just making sure y'all seeing how Jocelyn is behaving. I'm thinking about just canceling my shit now because I don't want to pay to watch people beat down Black women. I just don't. It's beyond me now. Like I've watched it for some time, and it's like no matter what she does, I don't see Jocelyn giving back. I don't see Jocelyn doing anything for the neighborhood. I just see her cussing these women out for filth. That's all I see. She's the leader. They're the followers. They better do what she says, or you got to go home and figure out how you go home. And shit like that don't be cool. So with that being said, first of all, thank y'all so much for sticking around. I know this is kind of like a new topic and how I warped it. Hopefully people were able to follow, but shout out to y'all for sticking in the building with me where, y'all know me. I like to teach a little something. Y'all learn a little something. Because I want to make sure people are taking away from this live. How am I showing loyalty? Who am I giving loyalty to? Am I so loyal to a person that I'm blindly loyal to them, where I I let them, do stuff to me. I let them talk to me any type of way. I let them treat me any type of way. I let them, have me book a trip and my damn Airbnb for the money I paid is not even up to par. They don't even do anything to try and fix the issue. It'd be things like that. Like, I just never understood how people operate in that way. And so I just wanted people to understand that. I know the word cult really like makes people raise their eyebrows and they're like, oh my God, I'm not in a cult. Why do they keep mentioning cult? So since they, run from that word because they know the truth hurts, think of it loyalty versus blind loyalty. Are you just naturally loyal to a person, but you have boundaries, healthy boundaries? Or are you blindly loyal to somebody where you're allowing anything and anyone in your space? You're just meeting people 30 days and, 30 days later, you're on a trip with them. These people can potentially walk in on you using the restroom or something. Your private moments, basically. I want people to think about that because when we get to those spaces and people start controlling that type of space and you look at the players in that, and now you're looking at, all of this hoopla on the internet, people are mad about people not really being loyal and not really being friendly and you're not really my friend. I thought you was my friend. All of this type of nonsense hoopla. It's like, are these people serious? The same people that say stuff like tag along, fit in. I mean, do they not even realize people that give blind loyalty, the reason that they even give that loyalty in the first place, number one reason is to fit in. So instead of projecting, to them, to the people that feel that way, I don't even want to say this side, that side, to anyone that feels somebody owes you loyalty, just rethink that. Because when you get to the point where you feel like people owe you loyalty, you may be like Eve and run across a snake and expect a good thing, and out comes a bad. And then you get mad and I thought they was loyal to me. No, you shouldn't expect things like that from people. Let people be themselves. Let people be an individual. That way you get to know who they are, pick out the traits and stuff that you like about them. There's gonna be things you don't like about them, but don't ever get to a place where you're like, I'm not gonna ever call out the bad stuff. I'll only just keep in mind the good stuff. Cause we cool, right, girl? We cool. We sisters. We're cool. Dangerous place to be in. I'm very glad that I operate as an individual. I don't need a crew. I don't need a crowd. I don't need none of that. I'm just Sabrina, and I like being like that. So I am, because I have done an hour and 15 minutes, so that is good. I've reached the end of my video, so that means hold on one second. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. She said, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't one of Chris Brown's dancers on this show? I believe maybe in an older season, but I may have to go back, Queen Unique. I'm not sure, but I believe so. Because she talking about how they disrespect her hair. I ain't heard them say nothing. Right. The lady is telling them, you're looking at me funny. You're looking at me funny. What the hell? What you mean they looking at you funny, me? What that even mean, child? We're going to have to pray about it. We're going to have to pray about it. Thank you so much. She said, great live. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for sticking through it. I will have to try and change my ads or whatever the hell it was doing. Because, baby, I don't know what those ads was. This is why I don't really like to put the ads on until after I meet the people that's doing the replay. Watch them. I know I get so annoyed when I'm watching the Tubi movie and the damn ad come on. Them just be like 2 minutes. Like, man, some of them, they won't even let you skip. I don't like these. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up something here. The fact that I can't even find it. Oh, it's not gonna even let me post it. So I probably don't want to see that anyway. I've been trolling today in other places, but yeah, I ain't been acting right. And see, it is not going to play. That's not cool. Anyways, I'm still doing more research on this case that I put up on my wall that I wanted to start following. A young lady by the name of Leah, I think it's Leah Mumby. I think I'm saying her name correctly. Currently right now, she is in trouble for allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. This woman crashed her car into a tree with her boyfriend in it. Nobody knows the conversation that her and this man had except him and her. But the only thing is, the man woke up out of a coma. So after she called 911 and did this whole crying thing and my boyfriend's not breathing, he's dead, he's dead. That's what she kept telling the police. He's passed along, he's passed on. Apparently he was not passed on. He came out of a coma and told the nurses and everybody else, I didn't just get into a car accident. This woman purposely rammed the car into a tree and tried to off me. I think his name is Daniel Watterson. I'm going to be following this case because this is very interesting to me. Because I don't know how to wrap my mind around that. Like, the guy wakes up out of a coma and says that the girlfriend almost tried to off him. Like, when you say that, like, I don't know. It's so many factors, y'all. And I want to make sure I get all of my facts straight on this one. It's freshly done. Happened out of Florida. I want to get more information because she's going to be going to trial soon. The woman pled not guilty. And she's stating she did not try to unalive him. They simply had a car wreck, even though she was driving 95 miles per hour. And he came from the coma before he passed away and said, no, this lady my girlfriend tried to K-word me. And so the police is like, what? We wrote this up for an accident. What are you talking about? So I have to get into that because this is like some next level stuff. And apparently there's proof that She purposely veered the car off to hit a tree. I think she was trying to go for something like a M-word suicide type deal. This was strange. So I definitely wanted to get into that. Very interesting case. And I want to see the outcome of how this is going to go, because it's kind of like hearsay. It's like, do you believe him? I mean, he came out of a coma. His brain could be going through all types of stuff. Do we take what he said as sound? Like, I don't know. So weird. Yeah, Queen. I mean, I don't know. I'm on the fence about whether she's going to jail. I know for the reckless driving, because she was doing 95 miles per hour, I know for a fact she's gonna she's gonna get some time. I mean, at most, what, a little ticket. How they do, like, when you're doing the reckless, what's that, super speed ticket? I believe. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Yeah, here she go. Let me see if I can show you this. And I'm just pulling this up here because this will be the prelude to what I'll be talking about next, y'all. All right. Here she goes. What is this? Okay. So this is the lady, y'all. This is the lady, Leah Mumby, 24 years old, now faces vehicular homicide charge in the crash death, I don't know if I can really say that, but of her boyfriend, Daniel Waterman. And when I say that this car was destroyed, I don't know if this article here has the picture of what the car looked like. No, they don't. They just give like a little synopsis of what happened. But yeah, this is the young lady right here. This is some crazy tail shit to me. Why on earth would you be driving 95 miles per hour with somebody else, child, is beyond me. And not only that, like, you crashed this damn car into a tree. Make that make sense, child. So yeah, I want to do some more digging because I believe, being that she's been charged, trial should be coming up soon. It says she charges faced since July. And okay, so yeah, the reason why this is coming back up because he just recently passed on October 8th. So yeah, he didn't make it. He was in a crucial coma and he did not make it. So that is the reason why this has now become vehicular homicide, because when he was alive, it, to me, I guess, was going to be like his word against hers. I'm just not sure how they're going to be able to officially, I don't know. This one's going to be a little hard to me. I think that's why I'm just so interested in how it's going to turn out. But I will keep y'all in the loop. Yeah. Follow the story with me if you like. I have a lot more stories that I want to cover. It's the time. I promise you, it's nothing else but the time. I don't mind coming here, talking with y'all, going live and chopping it up, joking. It's the time, y'all. It's the time. Because 2 children, got to make sure I do my stuff on my job. It'd be too much going on. But I truly do appreciate when y'all hit the like button, when y'all show up, when I'm talking about things that's not, 8 hours and 9 hours worthy. Shade. I had to throw a little bit of shade. But yeah. She said, I came across a case today on the Law Channel where a lady claimed self-defense in a DV trial and unalived the guy. But catch is she could. Yes. So you've been following that one. Yo, that one is crazy. And she black. Yo, she's black. That one's boggling my mind. There's another similar case to that. The lady's name is very funny too. When I find it, I'm gonna pull it up. But yeah, she was doing some kinky stuff with her boyfriend in her mom, no, his mom's basement. Yeah, she was in his mom's basement because it was his mom that found his body parts. But yeah, she was doing some kinky stuff and literally beheaded the man, and she did all types of stuff to this man. And then after she dismembered him, she left just one piece of body part in a bucket, like those buckets you get from Lowe's, little paint buckets. She left that child whole head in there, and for his mom to find. That was crazy. So I wonder if they're gonna treat this case how they treated her case, because she got a good amount of time. But this lady here, like, there's no, you can't self-defense and a person is beheaded. Like, okay, now I see why people are, with the whole Ramika case and stuff, because some people just don't know what over K word looks like or what it entails, and they just think people have the right to off you any way they want, any style they want. I don't know why people feel that way, child. You got to look at those types of people, their mentality. Scary. She said, I just came across it, have it in my list to watch later, but I was like, what the hell? Yes, watch it. I've been watching that one too. I've been skipping back and forth. I was watching that one, and then I look at a lot of the other one with the pastor, the lady that shot the pastor, drove over 4 hours to that man's house and shot him because he wouldn't leave his wife after she left her husband. See, I told y'all in my last life when I was being good and messy with that hot cocoa, the hot coffee, God not gonna send you somebody else, man. And how are you married, mad because a man won't leave his wife? Like, it be stuff like that. Like, that don't even make no sense. And then you over there, and then the clip that I saw, which was so disturbing, my man sent me the clip. I said, now why you sent me this shit? What is this? The lady talking about he was forcing it in my mouth. He was thrusting in my mouth. He was all types of stuff like that. Girl, does the court need to know that? Like, what the hell? She was in there like, he makes me lay in the hotel naked until he gets back. And yeah, he grabs my hair very aggressive and thrust in my mouth. I was like, yo, the church, I mean, I said the church, the courtroom was just getting an earful. I was like, who's gonna censor this shit? Y'all gonna just let her say that? I don't want to know what the pastor was doing with his nether regions in her mouth. What the hell? Why do y'all allow people to say stuff like this in court? It's beyond me, but yes, girl, that case there is a mess too. I can't really do too much with that one because, yeah, that one pisses me off. I just get real ticked off about that one because she's trying to get crime of passion. That's what I don't understand. How you trying to get crime of passion? That don't make no type of sense, right? You trying to get crime of passion. So basically, what the law is saying in that situation is you're gonna do some time, but because it was a crime of passion, you're just trying to get lesser time. No, Buki. You drove premeditated to this man's house. You took his life. You pew pew him, and you pew pew his wife. You pew pew him and his wife. I guess you said if I can't have you, nobody can, and she can either. Like, what type of crazy shit you want? And you gonna sit in the courtroom to somebody thrusting your mouth, and you want less time? I hope they lock your ass up and do not let you out. You are a danger to society. You cannot handle rejection. And I don't care. People be like, oh, have a heart. Some people can't take rejection. I don't give a damn. So grow up. Like, if somebody don't want to be in your good graces, or if people don't want to be, in your circle or what have you, rejection is rejection. Some people don't even realize rejection is protection. That's how she should have saw that situation. Rejection is protection. The man was married. He was preaching to the choir something different and thrusting in your mouth after dark. So much so, the wife and her blind loyalty to her husband, she still was on the stand after being pew pew by the side chick. She still was on the stand saying, what relationship? What relationship? They wasn't in no relationship. Wasn't in what relationship? What are you talking about? Ma'am, your husband spent hours and hours and hours in the hotel with this lady. Come on now. He was doing secret videos talking about, monogamy and how he was, child. And you up there talking about what relationship. You never heard of this lady before. She went to your church. The hell? The side chick right there in the church, and you just never knew. That's that blind loyalty. Still won't admit that her husband, he was a creep in the streets. She'll never admit that, which is sad to me because that will set her free. But she has a blind loyalty to her husband, as she should. I mean, that's who she gave her loyalty to. Clearly, she didn't have any boundaries, or he wouldn't have carried on with one of the church members for so long, to the point the lady thought the man was going to leave his wife. Y'all, I can't. It be stuff like that. Listening to other people now, stealing people's husbands and, taking people fiancés and shit. You just got to wonder how people live and stuff. Sure. But listen, I'm going to get up out of here because I want to see what I can find on Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? And I spent the hour and 30 minutes, and that's about as much time as I want to spend on here. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thanks for engaging and all that good stuff. Stay tuned. I'm going to be bringing some more stuff. If you like it here, you know what I'm saying? Hit the subscribe button. You know, if you want to be one of my Say It All people, you can easily get a membership. It's $2.99 a month. And if not, trust me, I am okay. Also, to make sure you hit the like button if you didn't already. Either hit it on your way out or go ahead and double tap, or however YouTube is doing this right now with this StreamYard. But and last but not least, if you are watching the replay and you've reached this part of my life, then that means you've given me an hour and 30 something minutes of your time. If you'd be a doll, if you could hype my live up, it's free points. You ain't got to pay for the points. Nobody's charging you for points. They are literally free. And yeah, if you feel like this was a good message, if you feel like this is something that you want to share and pass along, hype up my shit. It's free. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a great night. Oh, and make sure y'all be good to yourself, child. Please set strong boundaries. Recognize when people are playing in your face. You know, open your eyes a little bit more. Be good to yourself for real. That way it is easy to be good to other people, or at least recognize when somebody's not being good to other people. Yeah. Bye.